Hey, I'm Kevin, and I'm nowhere near as childish as our government. Thank God for that. Not that that's my topic today, but I'm wondering why we mow grass. What's the reason? Well, as far as I can tell, it's to keep up with the Joneses. The other neighbor does it, so now we have to do it. I get kind of irritated with them. Of course, right now I don't have any grass. I'm in an apartment, but I've had as much as 3 to 4 acres of grass to mow. Ain't no fun, that's for sure. And I was thinking about it this one day, as I always do. I'm thinking, and I'll bet this thing all started because this one guy had a few sheep or whatever, and he left them running around his house. And of course, they ate the grass down and made it all look nice and pretty. Well, that's fine. But then there was this woman, a guy's wife, of course. She sees how nice and pretty it looks, and she says, "I want my lawn to look like that. But I don't want no stinking sheep or goats." There was the beginning. So the guy figures out a way to mow the grass with a sickle. But then she complains it's not even enough. So he comes up with the reel mower, the old type that actually cut the grass. And of course, then a neighbor sees it, says, my wife has been bitching ever since you got that damn mower, that she wants her grass to look like yours." So the guy, of course, he starts a business making mowers. And at that point, he realizes he's got to convince everybody they need to mow their damn lawn. And so it begins. Then it goes to reel mowers with a motor on them, so they're self-propelled. Now we're making pollution, and we're not getting near the exercise, but the lawn looks nice for the wife, and there's no way we're going to be able to turn this around since the wives are the ones driving it. Then comes the rotary mower. Still nowhere near as nice as a reel mower as far as a good clean cut. It just kind of beats it off. But for some reason, people found that they could accept that. And if they kept the blades really sharp, they could probably get a half decent mowing out of it, fairly clean cut. Of course, what does this do? Now we got power mowers with rotary blades spinning around underneath, and we're producing more pollution. Now we have 4 pneumatic tires. We got to make them, and of course they wear out or they dry rot or whatever, and of course that adds to the garbage in the dumps. And they're made of petroleum products, more pollution, more fossil fuels being just sucked up for no good reason. And now it's an epidemic. We even have so many lawn services out there doing this kind of crap. It's like anybody can get themselves a riding mower, a push mower, and a weed whacker, and away they go. They're in business. They're landscapers, and they can make pollution better than anybody. And then, of course, comes the leaf blowers. I always wonder, where are you blowing that shit? You're blowing it over on the other guy's property. That's what you're doing. I don't know. This is true now. I designed a house And I'm proposing that it has absolutely no grass. I'm proposing that it's a field coming right up to the house. I even made the house look like it's not attached to the ground. But when you have a crop growing up around it, it hides what's underneath there holding it up. And it looks great. And you just leave wheat or barley grow up around the house, and later on soybeans, whatever crop. And you can run it right up to the house. It's easy to still get in there with farm equipment and trim it up and then make a little bit of money off of your property and not produce as much trash. Now, don't pollute the air. Yes, you're polluting it with the farm tractors, but at least you're creating a crop. You're producing something instead of riding around chopping off grass and then maybe even raking it up or picking it up some way. Who knows how you're doing it? That's another thing that's worthless. Just leave it lay there. It'll disappear on its own. So you might want to think about that. In fact, I can tell you this. On my first house, we put in a pool behind the house, and I contoured the one side of the pool to blend it into the fall of the ground. And my proposal was to grow vegetables on that. Now, of course, the wife, she wasn't going to hear it, but it would have looked great. There's nothing wrong with it. Some nice, beautiful tomatoes growing out there, and some peppers, and maybe some lettuce or something like that. It would have looked great on the hill, on the side of that hill, and it would have collected good sunlight, and it would have gotten watered, because when you splashed water out of the pool, it would have run down over that side and, help the plants to grow. So there's some of my ideas about how to, utilize land and eliminate mowing grass. In fact, I wanted to tell you this one too. Almost forgot. I was out in Phoenix, Arizona, and the other engineers I was with wanted to play some golf. We went to a 9-hole golf course that was right in the city, right in one of those square blocks. There was no damn grass in there, except on the greens. They would water them. It was some kind of wild, really burly stuff. I don't even know how to explain it. But on the fairways, it was dirt. A couple weeds. That was it. Now, if you can play golf on that, there isn't even any reason to have that look like it does, on golf courses. So there's my one proposal for saving the planet. Let's see if anybody gets on the bandwagon with that one. If you have any other ideas, let me know. I'll take a look at them, maybe holler back at you, and we'll brainstorm what we can do about this problem with saving our planet. Thanks a lot, and don't be too childish. You look like our government.